Hey moms, dads, boys and girls, welcome to Impact Kids Online. Hey, we're starting a new series this week and it's going to be all about superheroes. Now, what? Yeah, I'm not talking about superheroes like the Hulk or Iron Man or Superman. I'm talking about superheroes in the Bible. Yes, there's superheroes in the Bible. Now these superheroes, we're going to reveal one today, but before we do that, every superhero has a superpower. Now, I'm getting ready to challenge you to see if we can identify what your superpower is. Are you marked? Get set, go.
Ready for a staring contest? Try not to blink. Ready? Round one. Did you blink? Round two. Great job! You can blink now.
Good job, boys and girls. Staring is not my superpower at all. But do not worry. Maybe it could be this next one.
God, stand strong against the evil one. Put on the full armor of God, the full armor of God. First things first, got the belt of truth. Ayo, ayo. Put on my boots, gotta tell the good news. Ayo, ayo. The armor of God and the shield of faith. Ayo, ayo. Got my sword and my helmet, now it's time to pray. God, stand strong against the evil one. Put on the full armor of God, the full armor of God. First things first, you got the belt of truth. Ayo, ayo. Put on my boots, I gotta tell the good news. Ayo, ayo. The armor of God and the shield of faith. Ayo, ayo. Got my sword and my helmet, now it's time to pray. God, stand strong against the evil one. Put on the full armor of God, the full armor of God. Put on the full armor of God. Stand strong against the evil one. Put on the full armor of God, the full armor of God. Now in faith we can stand against every evil plan. Now it's time to be strong. He has won. Put on the full armor of God. Stand strong against the evil one. Put on the full armor of God, the full armor of God. Put on the full armor of God. Stand strong against the evil one. Put on the full armor of God, the full armor of God.
Oh, hey boys and girls, dancing is my superpower. What about you? Do you remember at the beginning of service that we was going to reveal a superhero in the Bible? Well, perfect. His name is David. Now, David wasn't much older than a lot of you watching right now. Now, he wasn't super young and little like this, or he wasn't super old either. And David, don't forget, has defended and defeated bears and lions, but he had his biggest challenge in front of him right now. And I've asked my friend Iris to share his story with you.
The armor of God isn't a real super suit like you might see a superhero wearing. It's an invisible suit that God gives us to have the power to stand up against anything that comes our way. There's a story in the Bible of a young boy named David. He relied on God's power to stand up to a giant who was fighting God's people, the Israelites. Day after day, the 9-foot giant Goliath would go out in front of the Israelite army and shout for someone to fight him. The Israelites would run away because they were so afraid. David went to the king and offered to fight Goliath. So the king gave David his full armor, including his helmet and sword. David tried to walk around in the armor, but he wasn't used to it, so he took it off. Instead, David took a sling and some stones from the river and went out to meet Goliath. David said to Goliath, "You are coming to fight against me with a sword, a spear, and a javelin, but I'm coming against you in the name of the Lord who rules over all. He is the God of the armies of Israel. He's the one you have dared to fight against." Then he pulled out a stone and slung it at Goliath, hitting him in the head. Goliath fell to the ground and died. David had victory over his enemy because instead of using helmets, shields, or swords, he relied on God's power. We can all have the power to fight against anything that comes our way when we suit up with all the pieces of God's armor: the belt of truth, the armor of godliness, the good news boots, shield of faith, helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. With each piece, we have more strength than any hero imaginable. As you prepare to take a stand against acrophobia, suiting up with God's armor will be all you need.
Whoa! David is super cool, super brave and courageous. Man, that was an awesome story. David wasn't even part of the army, and he still took out the biggest challenge in front of him. He took out the enemy. So boys and girls, throughout this lesson, mom and dad, throughout this lesson, we're going to learn what type of armor we need to take out the enemy.
I just love the story of David and Goliath. It's probably one of my personal favorites. However, we haven't done one thing. Can you guess what it is? Yes, it's our memory verse. We always do a memory verse. So everyone say Ephesians 6:11. Ephesians 6:11. Ephesians says this: "Put on the full armor of God. Then you can stand strong against the devil's evil plans." The devil, boo the devil. Let's do that one more time. Let's put on the full armor of God so that we can stand strong against the devil's evil plans. Boo the devil.
Great job, boys and girls. Hey, before we end service, I want to do one more game with you. On your mark, get set, go!
Will it superhero? Can a ball be a superhero? Let's find out. Can a ball be a superhero? Yes! Can a birthday cake be a superhero? Let's find out. Can a birthday cake be a superhero? No! Can a bear be a superhero? Come back next week to find out.
All right, boys and girls, come next week to see if the bear can be a superhero. Also, reminder that this series is all about identifying what gear we need to defeat the enemy. We'll see you next week.